We start this evening with a look outside. Earlier today, it was a beautiful day, as you can see by those clear blue skies. And if you stepped outside, you felt it. It was warm out there for this Easter Sunday. It was a perfect day to go outside and enjoy the holiday. Slightly warmer weather expected for most of this week. Really starting to feel like springtime out there.
Yes, it was a beautiful morning, Corey, for church services, Easter egg hunts, just time with your family. It was a great holiday weekend.
Just about perfect. I mean, nowhere near those crazy 80-degree days that we had in late March. This was just right. Full sun across most of the state of Colorado. And we're still pretty clear out there right now across the city of Denver with some pretty mild conditions. 60 degrees downtown. 45 degrees at National Siberian Airport out there, where it's always much colder than it is down here in the city. Here's the forecast. Low temperatures for tomorrow, not quite as cold as it's been the last couple of days. In fact, we'll stay above freezing for the most part here across the Front Range. And same thing out on the western slope, a little bit warmer than it has been the last couple of mornings. And the afternoon is going to be nice once again. Temperatures getting up into the upper 60s across the Front Range. We'll even see some upper 70s on the board down here in the southeast. Quite a bit of sunshine early on. That'll give way to some clouds in the afternoon. The breeze will be back a little bit tomorrow, and then we'll have some rain showers in the area, in the Denver area here on Tuesday afternoon. They won't be too heavy, but we'll have a shot there, and Wednesday will be warm and breezy once again. I'll talk about that weather pattern that lies ahead coming up in just a few minutes.
Corey, thank you. The drought outlook doesn't really look like it's changing anytime soon. Now some homeowners are looking to change their approach on conserving water.
Yeah, especially with watering restrictions in place, more people are now conserving water on their own property with rain barrels. Here's Angeline McCall.
Every installation kit comes with 8 parts.
Conservation in times of drought isn't an option.
Should look
It's a necessity.
like this. It's becoming more and more imperative to kind of conserve what we do have.
Lindsay Singh
Go in. Okay, well, anyway, go in.
with Colorado Raincatcher in Fort Collins says people are inquiring more about rain barrels.
Interest in rain barrels on your own residential property has skyrocketed, and it does not seem like it's slowing down anytime soon.
In Colorado, you can have 2 rain barrels on your property to collect rainwater from your gutter, storing up to 110 gallons.
Either way, this system is designed for anybody's gutter system at home, except for like the chain gutters.
When municipalities and towns have water restrictions in place, this will collect water until it's full, then divert it back into the regular gutter.
Everybody in Colorado knows we didn't get the snowfall this year that we should have gotten, nor even the rainfall that we should have gotten.
What otherwise would be waste turned into a resource, more precious now than ever.
I think it's important that we start kind of recognizing what resources we already have, what we can use already in our own backyard. It seems like it's a community effort to kind of band together and be more resourceful.
March through September is Colorado Raincatcher's busiest season. So far this year, they've already sold about 500 rain barrels. In Fort Collins, Angeline McCall, 9 News.
And besides drought, Lindsay says some residents have also been turning to barrels while they face increasing water bills, especially in northern Colorado.
Crews in Douglas County are working to put out a wildfire that forced Roxborough State Park to close today. The fire is about 10 acres in size and is burning near Bear Creek in Pike National Forest land. West Douglas County Fire Protection District said crews were called to the Indian Creek campground early this morning. Crews have determined the fire is slow moving and does not pose a significant threat to any homes in the area. The cause is still under investigation, but officials suspect that it is human caused. There are no evacuation orders at this time. In Denver, police are looking for a suspect after a shooting that hurt 2 people in North Denver this evening. The shooting happened on Vine Street near Russell Square Park. The victims were taken to the hospital, although it's unclear how bad their injuries are. DPD says no arrests have been made. Investigators are still working to develop any possible suspect information.
One person died after a shooting along a busy part of Denver's South Broadway overnight. This happened near the intersection of Broadway and Maple, right by several restaurants and bars. When DPD arrived, they say officers found one person injured who later died at the hospital. Police have yet to share any details surrounding the shooting or any information about a potential suspect. More than a month after a measles outbreak at Broomfield High School, now the state says they have hit a critical milestone in ending it.
It grew to one of the largest measles outbreak in recent years. 9 News reporter Rachel Krause brings us the latest.
For the past few weeks, measles has been spreading through the Denver metro area. The Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment confirmed the first case in a Broomfield High student February 27th. Another 9 cases soon followed. The measles outbreak infecting 9 students and 1 person in a student's household.
This outbreak has been substantial and it's been unique in that it occurred in a school setting. Very different, of course, from the outbreak associated with air travel that we experienced last year. So
Dr. Rachel Herlihy with CDPHE says it's significant. Last year, the state saw 3 measles outbreaks. Mesa County saw 11 cases in August, and a Turkish Airlines flight in May and June led to 10 cases. That's tying with Broomfield for the second biggest measles outbreak in the past 2 years, keeping health officials on alert.
Absolutely what we're seeing right now in Colorado and across the country with measles is challenging and unlike anything that we've seen really since the mid-90s.
The Broomfield High outbreak kept 80 unvaccinated students and staff members home, but now cases are slowing down.
At this point, we are now 1 full incubation period, so 21 plus days since the last case that had school exposure. So that's great news for us.
Herlihy says that milestone is major and means unvaccinated students and staff are back in school, but they're not out of the woods just yet.
Cases of any infectious disease can be missed, which is really why we like to see that 2 full incubation periods.
With a few weeks until the April 21st all clear, Dr. Herlihy is hopeful this outbreak will soon end. But with measles still present around the country, they have to stay vigilant.
Individuals travel regularly and it's spring break time, and so of course that's going to be a potential concern.
Broomfield High had a 97% MMR immunization rate before the outbreak. Dr. Herlihy says that high vaccination rate was vital in preventing the disease's spread. And during the outbreak, vaccinations climbed. Herlihy says a number of people exposed did get vaccinated for measles. She notes that's the best way to protect yourself and loved ones from getting seriously sick. Rachel Krause, 9 News.
Classes are set to resume tomorrow for some Sheridan School District students. The district announced today it will open 4 schools despite an ongoing teacher strike. The schools that will open are the Early Childhood Center, Alice Terry Elementary, the SOAR Academy, and Fort Logan Northgate. Bus transportation and food service will operate as normal. The district says they are confident they will have enough staff to operate these schools safely. The district said they will continue to provide meals at Fort Logan Northgate for families whose schools are not open yet, like Sheridan High School. District staff have been working without a contract since August, and they walked off the job this past week after negotiations for a new contract stalled. The district then closed schools for 3 days last week. The union says they're pushing for more transparency from the district when it comes to pay and school calendars. This comes after the district and the union had another round of unsuccessful negotiations this weekend.
Up in northern Colorado, thousands of JBS workers in Greeley will return to work this week after the company agreed to return to the negotiating table, but there's still no agreement in place. JBS, as the meatpacking company, said it received a formal notification from the United Food and Commercial Workers Local 7 union that it's ending its strike. Employees will begin returning to their jobs on Tuesday morning. Nearly 4,000 employees at the facilities started their strike on March 16th. They're seeking higher pay and safer working conditions. JBS said its best and final offer still remains on the table, so unclear really what this strike has accomplished. The company said its proposal includes what they call meaningful wage increases, a pension, and other benefits.